Good morning, everybody, or good day. My name is Jason, and I'm with the Yahoo and the Torah channel. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I hope you guys are a covenanted people. And for those who don't know what a covenanted people are, a covenanted people is what the scriptures calls as those who are obeying the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. And when you start reading scriptures, it becomes very clear that there is a set of people who are the creators. And for those who do not know who the creator of the universe's name is, his name is Yahuwah. And it's Yod-He, Wav-He, or Yod-He, Vav-He, depending on how you look at it. But it is not an English name. And what you're looking at right there is you're looking at the name of the creator of the universe. And then right here, you are looking at this name of the son of the creator of the universe, and his name is Yahushua, and his name means Yah is with us, also means salvation as well. And what you're looking at is you're looking at the front cover of Yah Scriptures, and Yah Scriptures is available at yahscriptures.com, and it is a 103 book version that has 3,153 pages. It is a very large book that has more books than any other book that is out there. This is a large print book, and so this is for anybody at all. If you're old, you don't have great vision, and you're still able to see, then this book is one of these books that you should still be able to read, and to be able to read the amazing word of our Creator. And what we're going over today is we're going over the words of the Son of the Most High. Yahushua is our example, and he is absolutely going to be our king in the kingdom to come. He is the one that came and he did it. And when I say did it, he was able to walk the Torah perfect. Now, the Torah is the first 5 books of scriptures: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And Messiah Yahushua very clearly says he did not come to get rid of the Torah, but he is able to walk the Torah perfectly so that he is a perfect sacrifice for us, which is what he became. And so as we go over these words of our Messiah and the wisdom of our Messiah, this is the book of Khalidi, and I've gathered more, I hope it's wisdom, but I've gathered more understanding than a lot of other books throughout scriptures. Because what we understand out of the book of Khalidi, which is one of the books of the Apocrypha, and it has been restored, and it is the last book of Yah Scriptures. And so we're actually reading out of Yah Scriptures, and what we're reading out of right here is we're reading out of Yah Scriptures Google software. And the Google software is not available yet. It will be absolutely free of charge when it's done. But because of the Paleo Hebrew in there, and because of the way we wanted it, it has taken a tremendous amount of time to attempt something that we're hoping for is close to perfection. And so we're hoping in the next month or two, we keep thinking it's going to be weeks, but it's taken a while, but it will be released free of charge. And so all of this stuff is free of charge. And if you guys would like the book of Khalidi, it's available free of charge at yahscriptures.com. We have all of this available as a PDF, and you can download the full Tanakh and Besorah and also the Apocrypha. It's all free of charge. So guys, and they're small enough that you can send them around as well and email. So this is the words of our Messiah as he was walking with his people. And so let's go through this. And again, for those who do not know, that the name of Messiah Yahushua, who you guys would know as Jesus the Christ, is what you see right here in verse 1. Let's continue on right here, or begin. Leaving the Sea of Galilee behind them, Yahushua took the Talmidim, which are his disciples, up into the mountains, and others went also. Here there was a house providing warmth and shelter, so they tarried a while, it being the time of preparation for sowing. One cold night, Yahushua went out from the room where they sat at food to relieve a man guarding the donkeys, so he might come in and warm himself. Later, when the man returned to his charges, he found Yahushua shivering, for he had placed his cloak around full. The man said, "Adonai," which is master, "why do you do this? But seeing you have done that, why does not our father provide a mantle for his ben, which is son?" This is very, very interesting, right? This entire situation, this is what's happening right here. And let's see what Messiah says to this. Yahushua said, "The little one is helpless in our hands, but we are not helpless in the Father's hand. The foal had no choice but to remain in the stall while I can choose to go or stay, to keep my covering or to give it to another. If Yahuwah avoided the effects of our good deeds, what merit would they have?" The man said, "I will pray Elohim to make me good, even as you." Yahushua said, "Pray that your deeds merit the reward of goodness." Okay, so this is an absolute great thing to actually discuss here, because it is incredible the way our Messiah teaches us how his dad loves us based upon the stories that we see. And so we have a guy who's taking care of donkeys, right? He's guarding the donkeys. You got to take care of them. It's a cold night. And when he came back, he found that our Messiah had taken his cloak off and had given it to a little foal, a little tiny baby. And he was shaking. So Messiah was sitting there very cold. And the guy couldn't believe it. He goes, "Why did you do this?" And he says, "Even though you've done this, that you've done it, why didn't your dad not let you shake?" And the answer is really incredible, because this tells us how unhelpless we actually are, and how our Creator has given us the ability to not only take care of ourselves, but to take care of others. And that is the power of mankind, and that is the power of the creation that the Creator has done for us, where we have 10 fingers and we have 10 toes, and we don't go stumbling and falling all over the place. The human body is just such an amazing thing that we have been gifted an opportunity to have this gift. And so when we have this gift, we need to use it to the very best that we can, and we can help those who are helpless and do things for ourselves. Sorry guys, I have 9 pit bulls, and so there's a little interruptions here and there when they start doing really loud things like drinking. Now, the last thing I want to cover on this particular piece is that the man says, "I pray that Elohim will make me good even as you." And Yahushua says that our prayer needs to be something that our deeds merit the reward of goodness. And, that's something to very much consider, that our life is an entire test. Everything and every day is a test. And our test is, number one is, will we be obedient to our Creator? Will we be an in-covenant people? Will we be those who obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of Him and have the faith of Messiah Yahushua, Jesus the Christ? Or will we go the other way and by default be sons of the devil? So when we are looking at the tests that we have day after day, year after year, when we walk by those that we can minister to, we have to understand that there could be a time when, let's say, for instance, you're sitting at a restaurant, and the gal that's serving you your food, she comes up to you, and you can see that she's crying and sees tears in her eyes. You could sit with her and you say, "Sis, what's your name? Is there any chance I can pray with you?" Right? That opportunity right there could have done something amazing, because when you go before the Creator on Judgment Day, that person could have very well went and brought 250,000 people to our Messiah and to the kingdom to come, right? And so not only will we be judged on the things that we do, but we will also be judged upon that person that we could have become. And looking in the Judgment Day and seeing Judgment Day and seeing that person that we could have become, it's going to make us all very, very sad, because this is just a testing ground that we have. And so our deeds need to merit the reward of goodness. So continuing on. Another night, a journeyman came seeking shelter and warmth and was given hospitality. He said to those who made him welcome, "You are Baruch indeed to live here in warmth and comfort, while I must ride the inhospitable roads for my master." The following morning, having been well provided with substance for the road, he said to Yahushua, here he departed, "Adonai, I listened well to your words last night. Since I am a poor man suffering many hardships and my life is difficult, am I then assured of better conditions in the life to come?" Yahushua said, "By what standards do you think these things are judged? using yours. The pack horse accompanying you would be more entitled to this assurance. For while you ate soup and slept in comfort and warmth, this uncomplaining beast, whose lot is much harder than yours, remained neglected in the cold. So, again, these are things that we are not going to get and understand unless we have scriptures like this that we're reading, right? This guy was wondering, is my life going to be any better because of these hardships that I have? And Messiah says, hey, if you're being judged by these same standards that you human thinks, then by default, your pack horse is more entitled to this assurance. And so there's no assurance in the kingdom to come. The only way that we are going to make this kingdom to come is by repentance, is by walking with our Creator, and is by having a humbled heart, clean hands. We have to be a different set of people. All throughout scriptures, we are called to be a different people, a people that smells different, tastes different. Everything is different. We should not look like the world. And so we have to understand that the way that we will be judged is a lot different than what we think. And it's an incredible thing to understand how our Creator is going to be judging us based upon the words of our Messiah. Toward the ends of their stay, a learned man came to eat with them, one knowing all the books of wisdom and the Torah. While eating with the Talmudian, he said, because of my knowledge, I am a man of no mean position, and many men are silent before me when weighty matters are under discussion. Yahushua, overhearing this, said, take no credit for yourself concerning your knowledge. Compare yourself to a borrower who has a debt to repay. Does the borrower receive credit for repaying what he has borrowed? Therefore, take no credit for the wisdom you dispense. And as to the acquisition of knowledge, is this not the end for which you were created? This is interesting things, guys. When we're hearing this, and so we have a guy right here who is an astute Torah keeper, right? This is somebody who understands me. He might not be a Torah keeper, but at least he is knowing the books of wisdom and the Torah. And the books of wisdom are all the prophets, right? It's everything of all scriptures, right? It's Timothy in the book of Timothy, where it says all scriptures are for knowledge and for reproof. These are these scriptures that we're talking, right? The books of wisdom. And he says, essentially, because of what he knows, that he's able to have a higher position. People don't say anything, don't question him, right? He's become a man of power because of simply knowing the books of wisdom and the Torah. And I will tell you, this could absolutely be true, because when you have any sort of Torah knowledge whatsoever, and you begin talking to Christians that will actually be receptive to it, the ones who are receptive to it don't know what to say. They're quiet. You know, they're like, oh man, I've been deceived. I've been in a religion of something that does not line up with scriptures, and here I am. So what Messiah says is knowing the Torah and having this information. Look, we're only borrowing this, right? We borrowed this. We were given this. This is the greatest gift we can ever be given, but we cannot charge for this gift. That's why the word of our Creator is not to be sold, which is why Yah Scriptures, we put out the free PDFs. Everything possible until a physical book that comes out has always been free. We have freely given this out, and there's tens of thousands of downloads. There's been more people that have received these scriptures than by ever sitting there hoarding the word and making it something marketable that you make a life on, right? That's not right. And that's why we do not do this at Yah Scriptures. And the mission at Yah Scriptures is to take care of prisoners. And so whenever people buy a physical copy of Yah Scriptures, we get one full copy into our brothers and sisters in chains. And there's a lot of people that have never, ever had the word of our Creator. And so when we, as Yah's people, end up knowing the Torah, guys, this is gold. There's no better money in this world than having the word of our Creator. It will make you filthy rich in the kingdom to come if you will abide by it. And the filthy rich is is a life of being next to our Messiah, being in the hands of our Creator, being in a place where there's not a whole bunch of evil, where the people are all followers of our Creator. And so when we have this knowledge, we cannot sell it. We cannot charge for it. It is not something, right? We have to give this back to people. And there's no reason, and there's a lot of these Bible guys, and they will completely do just this, is you have to pay for this knowledge. You have to donate to them. And they're not Levites, right? They're not priests. They're not people that should be donated to. That's why Boss Clan has no place to donate. You cannot send money to me and my family ever. My family and I is a proper English, but you cannot, there's no place to do that. And there's very, very few people that are doing what we do that don't have a way that you can send money, because people get this knowledge, right? They hear this great news, the word from our Creator, and then all of a sudden it becomes value to them, and they want to pay those who they've heard from. And that's not right, because this didn't cost us anything. All we had to do was read it, and there's no reason we would ever take money by selling our knowledge of this. 10. When this man had departed, Yahushua said to his Talmudim, "The books of wisdom should be the treasure of all men, for they contain the explanations and instructions of Yahuwah. When men say, 'Woe, because I am smitten with calamity,' why does Elohim let disaster strike in this manner? Or why is my lot in life unlike that of others? Be sure they have not unlocked the door of their treasure house." This is something to be very understanding of, is that Messiah continues on, and he says these books, the books of wisdom, right? If you have Yah scriptures, if you have a Bible of any translation whatsoever, you can get the truth out of it. They may have words that are messed up. They may have taken the names out, but you can get to the bottom of it to where you get to a good translation. And if you have the Torah as a treasure, that's where you will take the words of our Creator and write it on your heart, on your mind, on your soul. They will be between frontlets, between your eyes. You will post them on the front of your door. They will be on the gates of your house, right? Because everything should be aligned to the laws of our Creator. Everything. We should never, ever walk a single day without having the Torah before our frontlets of our eyes, so that when the devil comes and tries to take us, when he tries to come and tempt us, that we know what our Creator wants. And like Messiah says right here, they contain the explanations and instructions of our Creator, right? When Yahuwah God walked among us as a entity, this is how he wanted us to behave. When the kingdom to come comes, this is how he is going to want us to behave. We will have Shabbats. We will have appointed times. We will have all of these things. We will have Passover. We will have the appointed times that our Creator has said that we should keep throughout all generations. So the kingdom to come is going to look a lot like the days of old. And if you know the days of old, then there's not going to be anything funny when it comes to the kingdom to come. Now, continue on. I don't want to make these too long, so I think I'm only going to go a couple more verses. So this particular chapter may take us a couple times to do. Let's continue on what Messiah says here. And I think we'll end after 11. By reading the books of wisdom, you will be brought to an understanding of the nature and intention of Elohim. And life will then have meaning and purpose. Without them, you can be likened to a man at sea in a fair wind, but lacking sail and oars. Reading them, but lacking guidance or understanding, you could be likened to a man at sea with sail and oars, but without the ability to utilize them. Okay, so guys, these are amazing words, right? Messiah, a lot of people, especially in the Christian religion, have come to be deceived to where they think the laws of our Creator don't matter anymore. But as we read the words of our Messiah, he clearly says that we need to be reading the books of wisdom, right? And the Torah. Why? Because we will be brought to an understanding of and the nature and intent of our Creator, right? And then because of this, our life is going to have meaning and purpose. right? If we are walking these lands right now and we are hooked into the 41,000 plus different religions that are out there, and every single one of these religions are contrary, they don't line up with what scriptures say, then we don't have an understanding of the nature and intention of our Elohim, and our lives are not going to have purpose, right? We need to have purpose. When you come into the Torah, when you come into the walk with our Creator, the life and the purpose of our life is to be a covenanted people. We were called upon to come out of Babylon, to come out of our old wicked ways, to repent and to start walking a different walk, a different talk. It's all about the end. And the end is our souls going to the next place. We're all going to die this physical death, but we don't have to die the spiritual death. Our Messiah came back to break the curse of us breaking the Torah. He did not come to break the Torah. He never did. He says, until heaven and earth are gone, the Torah is here. It's here forever and ever and ever. It will never, ever go away. And so for those who are able to see and for those who are able to hear, our Messiah not only brings up the Torah and says we should be part of it and that it should be part of our life, but he says it's never going to disappear. And so when our Messiah died on that stake, when he was tortured to death on the stake, and he said it is finished, that's not what he's talking about. He's not talking the Torah dying. He's not talking about the end of the Torah. He's talking about the end of his suffering. He's talking about the end of the broken Torah that we have all broken from the time that we were 3 years old by putting our hand in that cookie jar. That's where we fall under the curses of the Torah. And if you guys don't know what I mean about the Torah, read Deuteronomy 28. Read that chapter. See if you want to be the bottom half of that or if you want to be part of the upper part of that. Because that chapter applies to all of us today, right now, for all generations to come. So with that, folks, much love to all of you out there. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you again soon.